The one big thing that's probably universal with any issues regarding stereotype is just a lack of willingness to learn and be open and understand different viewpoints that might be radically different than your own. Wyalusing, this very small rural town, kind of in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania, has about 600 people, a very small, big dairy farm community. Biggest thing that I'd ever see regarding China or the Chinese people would be, satire on TV. It's better at math or smarter, or is able to do other things that everyone else couldn't. Cultural stereotypes, but no, nothing of any significant value. I was fortunate enough that at this prep school, they had a Chinese department. So freshman year, I'm like, oh, this is something I have absolutely no knowledge about. It's completely foreign to me. I'd really like to learn more. So yeah, I kind of started off there, and then after graduating from high school and going into college, I didn't want to stop taking the classes. I really found it exciting, interesting. So yeah, since then I've continued in with my college experience as well. Chinese teachers always say, because my characters I don't write very well, they always say you have to use chopsticks more often. I think they're kidding, I'm not sure. But no, I think it's a very formulaic language, and if you enjoy math or science, I think you see a lot of connections between the two. One of my good friends from high school, his father works in Hong Kong, so he went to visit and he invited me, so I was there for a week, just exploring the sites. Like the same being in New York City, there are plenty of very smart, successful, well-off people, and then people who aren't in that same circumstance, and I felt that Hong Kong was no different, and I'm sure Beijing, Shanghai, it would be very similar. But yeah, I really don't feel that those stereotypes hold much value. Growing up in Wyalusing, this very small rural town, to being fortunate enough academically to be able to go to a top-tier prep school and also then to an Ivy League institution, this contrast between the two, totally different worlds, I always found extraordinarily interesting, and it was rare, if not ever, that the people from Wyalusing fully grasped the Ivy League concept and vice versa. I felt there was just about always a barrier of knowledge between the two. So yeah, in my situation, I feel quite unique and blessed that I've been able to see both sides of that. Along with that, being able to see both sides, and I saw this idea of cultural stereotyping and with current events with America politically, I really feel that there's a lot of connections between these stereotypes and the issues and polarization that we're seeing in America today. I think it's just very preventative to allowing a meaningful conversation to start up. Hear a lot of buzzwords like, I don't know, any number of things about how, you're not really able to have a true, sincere first impression of someone if you have these stereotypes in the back of your head that are present before you've even met. So yeah, I think that's very common. People hear that I was from a little rural town in Pennsylvania. When I'm at school, I think, immediately kind of alarm bells go off about, either his political upbringing or cultural upbringing, or like how that's, so like kind of how's that shaped him today. Being open and willing to, prior to meeting someone, just having a meaningful open dialogue with that person, regardless of what you may think. And I think oftentimes that the first impression of someone that you have and the preceding stereotypes that you had about that person are oftentimes not